What's up everyone? Welcome to the video. My name is Cinder and I am a powerlifter who likes making videos about lifting and fitness in general. So I'm hoping everyone's doing well in this hot weather. Tell me how you guys are doing, lalo na kung nasa mainit kayong lugar. Anyway, I am about to work out, but I just ate. I'm really full, so let's let that settle down. Let's have a little chat while I have my little pre-workout iced coffee. So if you are not aware, the powerlifting scene is back. We are going to have competitions this year and I'm preparing for July 2021. But you know, because of COVID and everything going on, it's actually really hard for me to commit to the scheduled date under PAP, which is where I originally registered. So I'm quite in a dilemma. I'm quite running into a problem. I'm torn between choosing PAP or PHPL. So if you are a newbie powerlifter here in the Philippines and you are also choosing between the two federations, let's talk about it. So a little history. Back in the day, before I even started powerlifting myself, there was only one federation, which was PAP, Powerlifting Association of the Philippines. But during my first competition, that was the time that PHPL had their first competition as well. I have no intentions of starting beef between any of the federations. We just have to work with what we have. We're in the Philippines and we have two choices. So I guess it's up to the lifter to choose wherever they want to compete. The Powerlifting Association of the Philippines, where I have competed in the past, is under the IPF. So we abide by the rules of the IPF. If you watch your favorite lifters in the US and they mention the USAPL, the PAP is the Philippine version of the USAPL. And if you're new to powerlifting and you're confused by that matters, well, they're trying to make an international standard for lifting. So how would you compare a 74 kilo lifter in the Philippines to a 74 kilo lifter in Spain, for example? They're trying to standardize everything. So the judging is standardized. The equipment, meaning the bar, the plates, the bench that's used, they're all standardized by the IPF. So all the rules when it comes to lifting, all the attire that we have to wear, the ins and outs, the drug testing protocols, all of it is dictated by the IPF. PHPL, on the other hand, or Philippine Powerlifting, is under the GPA. So to be honest, I should have done a little more research before I made this video. I don't really know much about the GPA. But as far as I am concerned, one of my problems with it is that they do not do drug tests. So yes, you have to know that if you are competing in the PHPL, you're not going to be drug tested. That means that you're probably competing with someone who is not happy. So ikaw na bahala kung pro or con sa'yo yun. But for most of us, I guess it's a con. Another thing that you should know is the weight classes are different in both federations. So I'm not sure about all the weight classes, but if I were to compete under the PAP, I fall under the 93 kilo weight class. But in the PHPL, I would fall under the 90 kilo or 100 kilo weight class. So now let's talk about why I'm considering moving to the PHPL. During the past years, the PHPL has always chosen better venues. They have always done better marketing, calling new lifters to join the scene. They always have better equipment. For me though, what's making it really hard for me to decide at the moment is that PAP has only one venue, which is in NCR. While PHPL divided their venues all over the nation. So we have venues in Northern Luzon, Tarlac, which is really close to where I am. We have some in Visayas and all the way in Davao, we have venues there. In terms of COVID logistics, in terms of travel, in terms of overall convenience, PHPL wins on that side. Also, the fact that in the weight class that I am competing, it will happen in the afternoon, so I can easily travel in the morning, weigh in, lift, and go home. If I compete in the PAP, I would probably have to stay overnight in Manila. So you have to be there 2 hours before your flight to weigh in. I have to do that at 8 o'clock in the morning. Makes everything very difficult for me. So yeah, that's it. That's the dilemma I'm facing at the moment. Needless to say, I have only love for the sport of powerlifting. I love it. I love the community. I don't really care what federation you compete at. I don't really care about the division in the federations. I don't really care which one is more legit or not. I just want to lift, and I'm sure that's what you guys are into too. So let's get to the workout. I'm gonna work up to an SSB single and then move on to lots and lots of sets of bench before I start my rows. Let's go! Ay. Ilagay natin yung mga pads. Lalaba kasi. big meal before squatting. I just finished my top single for squats. I did 190 kilos. I'm going to do a 4x4 for 77.5%. I remembered because I'm struggling because I'm bloated. You have to take note that the PAP does 2-hour weigh-ins where the PHPL does 24-hour weigh-ins. So why does this matter? Kung ikaw yung tao na sabihin natin 95 kilos ka, tapos nag-sign ka sa 90 kilo weight class, pwede kang mag-compete doon because there's what they call a water cut. You can manipulate your water, flush out the water from your body, and weigh in lighter than you actually are when you were training. You trained at 95 kilos but you weighed in at 90 kilos. Pasok ka sa weight class. After you weigh in, dun nagkakatalo. Kasi sa PHPL, you have 24 full hours to replenish, get your electrolytes, get your sodium, get your carbs. But in the PAP, pagdating mo sa venue, doon ka na. You only have 2 hours before you start lifting, so you better get warmed up. Hey guys, a little quick tip if you're competing under the PAP, there is a rule where you are not allowed to wear your knee sleeves with the assistance of anyone or anything. Basically, you're not allowed to use lifting straps or whatever, or another pair of hands, so you can get your body to help you put your knee sleeves on. If you want a tip, baby powder is your best friend. Put baby powder on your knee before putting your knee sleeve on. It's gonna help with the smell as well. Time to move on to some touch and go bench press. I really love the safety bar squat. If you have the basics around barbell, the plates, the bench, the rack, and you're looking into some specialty bars, I recommend the safety bar squat 100%. They were made for people with injuries at the shoulder joint so that you don't have to crank your arms behind the bar on the straight barbell. You know, they're wonderful secondary exercise for squats whether or not you're injured. So, ganda, solid talaga ito. I don't know, maybe it also feels very natural for me. Feeling ko na sa Smith machine. And it's also teaching me to really stack my torso. Everything completely stacked on top of each other. I can feel my brace so well. Good. Time to move on to some touch and go bench press. I'm currently eating my own words because I'm suffering some nagging pains in my right shoulder, so I have to tone down the intensity when it comes to my bench press. And that is why, after my touch and go, I will be doing 3 sets with the slingshot. Shout out kay JC sa pagbayad dito. Bali, hiniram ko lang muna to. Try natin. Tignan natin kung makakatulong siya sa mga sakit-sakit ko. Let's go. And then drop the load, do 2 sets of 3, drop the load again, do 2 sets of 5, and then drop the load again, and then do another 2 sets of 5. I'm genuinely curious of how girls tie up their hair for bench press because whatever I do, my hair gets caught between my back and the bench and it hurts. So if you're a girl, then let me know. Jeez. Anyway, something I forgot to mention a while ago. If you already competed under the PAP in the past, and you are gonna move to PHPL, you're going to get banned from the PAP for a year. So, yeah, that's actually a major factor also why I'm torn. Because if I move to PHPL, I can compete in the PAP for the next year. Another thing, make sure that you read the rules. So, ayun nga, sabi ko, I didn't do enough research. I actually messaged the Philippine yung PHPL para alam ko rin yung rules nila. Kasi, to be honest, I don't know the rules that they're following. Sa PAP yung nasabi ko, they follow ITF standards. So, with ITF website, I can check the rule book. Pero sa PHPL, ano mo kasi pwede kang mag-bench na nakataas yung pa eh. Mga ganong bagay. So, para alam mo yung mga nuances ng mga rules. Para, you know, again, I keep saying in my videos, the worst feeling is to like bump out in your first thing because you didn't read the rules. Simple stuff. So do your research. Let's try out the slingshot bench. My first time ever using a double XL. Sa tingin ko, malaki masyado. Kasi yung mayari talaga nito, He's much bigger than I am. Okay. Sarap. Initial thoughts. Ang sarap. Woohoo! 85 kilos. Try natin. Dinagdagan ko ng 5 kilo. Yeah! Alright, I'm gonna finish the workout with 4 sets of rows. Excuse the neighbor's dog. I think I said all the differences that I know about the two federations. Kaya na balang mag-decide kung saan yung gusto mag-compete. Personally, I'm still torn. I really just want to compete already because it's exciting, it's fun. I have to think about it really well. Of course, for everyone's safety as well. Nothing but love for the sport. I love powerlifting. And I just want to use this channel to share my passion for it, as well as help people who are starting out in the sport. So tell me where you're competing in the comments. Let me know what you think about the two federations and which one you prefer to compete in. I hope you're all training smart, training strong. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.